This is, we are up. We are live here on the journey, family. We are live. Man. Ooh, somebody about to get in trouble. It's real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey. You know it's bad when you get snatched up and taken to the kitchen. Brothers on live. Oh, shit, I forgot to send out the black signal. Let me send out the black signal. Shame on you. How you gonna start the damn show and don't send out the black signal, man? And you didn't start the phone line. Alright, so y'all gonna join me as we send out the signal. I apologize because I usually try to do all this stuff in advance, but I guess I'm out of practice. Shit, I'm out of practice. What else can I say? I'm out of practice. So let's go and send up the black signal. Hit up the hit up not the G&J family, hit up the Daily Toasters, the Special Forces, you know what I'm saying? Take a special type of person to hit, DT 310193. There we go. Hold on. Alright, there we go. So I got this, they got this function on here where you could send quick, but I don't see, oh there you go, Daily Toaster. Alright. Join us for the toast. We are live now. Lines will be open. So just send it out to everybody on. Hopefully it go out. Alright, it's a campaign successfully created. Alright. Alright, okay, shoot. I had some people cash out yesterday. Not just cash out, but opt out. And we got a small amount of people opting out. I want to make sure that I'm getting them out because I don't want to be a bother. Oh, man. Oh, Elder, why you going to do that? Alright, it is what it is. Alright, here we go. So, I sent it out. Hopefully people will be getting it in the second chat. Alright, we got one person in the chat. Alright, family. Where my pick? Pick right here. But y'all know what it is. I want to welcome you to our Toast and Talk. I want to say great Imani to each and every last one of you. I got on the wrong color shirt. I'm supposed to have on a red shirt today. I'll be damned. Alright. I'm all the way off, man. That hour. I lost that hour. Psh, I'm all the way off. Supposed to have on a red shirt. Alright. I'm not going to start the show over. Hotel. D. High said hotel. Oh, hotel. Hotel, brother. How you doing? So, family, I want to welcome you to the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is the Daily Toast, and this is a Heart of Summer production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Grab your glass.
Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. Why you roll your eyes at me, little girl? Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. It's louder than it was yesterday. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Oh man, hold on. Now, grab your glass for some water. Get your bottle with that water. Twist the cap off that water. Just then pour that water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, live, pour, then drink. Oh man, here we go, hold on. Now move your body and drink some water. Now move your body and drink some water. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, move, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Family, just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Lift your glass and pour some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, drink. Or should we say, breathe, live, move. Man, take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink it up with me. It's the breakdown. Drink, 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 drink. Gina, you not sick. Drink, drink. Damn. It beat me today, family. I wasn't able to get the water down. I'm kind of ashamed. I was trying to get the call lines up, so really it's your fault that I wasn't able to drink all the water. Somebody got to be at fault, and it ain't going to be me. Yeah. So let's go. I got to finish this up, then we'll do our toast. And, of course, you know the lines are open. Lines are open. We can discuss whatever you want to discuss, but let me go and make these announcements. We got the Tawi Family Village coming together for the Per Ankh, and we will be having our youth speak about what's their passion. Sabiat will be given by Brother Cleveland Brown and Levon Cobb IV and others. I think Brother Tykees is going to be there as well. It will be today at 11:30 a.m. at 1409 East Livingston Avenue. Bring a covered dish so that we can break bread together. So come on out, family. And also remember on the 30th, March the 30th, from 12 to 6 p.m. over at the Millennium Community School, 3500 Refugee Road, we will be having a Gye-Nyame Journey or G&J Community Mall full service marketplace. We will have Gye-Nyame, well, let's just read it. Gye-Nyame Journey Community Mall is not just a small mall, but a cultural stabilizer for our community. This is a once a month pop-up shop mall marketplace community gathering place. Come shop, support fresh produce, toothpaste, natural soaps, cleaning supplies, hair products, and more. Live cooking workshop, $5 movie with the village, children's craft room, food vendors, $20 vendor fee, $30 food vendor fee. All due at sign up. If you pay the day of, now just pay attention. If you pay the day in advance, and food vendor fee is $50. Right? I've been talking about the African Heritage Diet for 3 years. We got somebody calling. We're gonna have somebody talking about the African Heritage Diet. You can see the Grow Towers there. We got the Yoni Spa. We got a sister that I think they call it couponing or something like that. But anyway, she got all these cleaning supplies at a reasonable price. We got some African clothes. We got a sister coming in with the natural soaps. Listen. If you don't get there, it's on you. Cause this is gonna be one of those things, where you be like, when it started, people didn't know. If I only knew we was making history, I would have been there. Cause we got photos, we got all types of stuff going out. Who this on the line, Brother Shaka? What's going on?
What's going on out there?
I'm chilling. How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed. Hey, listen. I'm having such a experimental morning, man. I don't know how to even address it. The June woke me up. Something told me. Yeah, I woke up in the middle of the night and said, bottle this June. I said, okay. So I go in there into the kitchen, and last time I had some left over, I poured it into this red Stripe bottle, the tall boy, the 22 ounce. And those bottles are shaped a little bit different. And I poured about 3/4 full, and then I capped it, put it in the cupboard. That must have been about 3 weeks ago. And so I opened up the cupboard to get the new jars, and I said, let me taste this, because this is from that old batch. And as soon as I popped the lid off, the whole bottle escaped onto the wall, and before it could drip down to the sink, it evaporated. And so there was no cleanup to do. And
you said it evaporated. So hold on. So it was in a solid state. I mean, as far as the liquid, it was a liquid when you opened it. You opened the top. It flew up to the ceiling. And then
No. It shot up. It shot off the seat. The back wall. The back wall to my sink is ceramic tile.
Okay.
So it shot to the ceramic tile up under the cupboard, and it was dripping down, and I'm waiting for it to fall down to the sink, and it never got there.
Wow. That's yeah, hey man. Hey, now I ain't had nothing like that happen to me. I'm looking forward. Well, no, I take that back. I'm not looking forward to no shit like that happening to me. But hey.
Well, you know what that says? What that says on one level is that it must have had a higher alcohol content.
Man, I don't know what that say, because you said it disappeared, and if I'm correct, was it red?
Yes.
So there was no red stains.
There's no red back there now. Okay, so let me say this. The one thing that I noticed
I don't know who calling me.
with
Go ahead.
with there being so much air in there, because like I said, I only filled it up 3/4 of the way, then I capped it. And so the one thing that I realized is that it looked like it started to SCOBY on top a little bit. It wasn't necessarily a SCOBY. It looked a little bubblier, but it moved as a solid mass in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a SCOBY. It was a SCOBY. So, I popped the cap, and it sounded like I shot a 380.
Wow. Now, the closest thing I had to that is I'm once twisted off the top of one that I had sitting around for a while, and it was so much pressure that had built up that it sort of was like a firecracker blowing up in my hand. But the stuff ain't come out. But nothing came out for me. So thank God.
Oh, you said nothing came out?
Oh, nothing. No. The shit, I was drinking good. I was drinking good. Without a shadow of a doubt. I take it very personal. You know what I'm saying? When my ambrosia just blows up. I have had glass flying, but what you just explained, never had. Because I'm still trying, because that red stuff, where did the red, because the redness, the red from the tea, where did that go? Hey, Brother Hatem, I just wanted you to know I need a ride. That's Brother Ty Keys. Cleveland, come here. Damn, I got to figure out how to get this off this phone. You got your computer, don't you?
No.
Oh, okay. You putting something over that T-shirt, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I got to call Brother Ty Keys. He need a ride. All right. But, yeah, because the young people speaking today. But yeah, but this is one of the beautiful things about when you start to brew or start to ferment, you get so many different experiences, and it's like, and each one of them is a life lesson,
Right.
Let's
Right.
see.
Now let me say this too, and I'm gonna just say it because I don't know where we at in terms of the research of it. I had
Anubis' birthday
I remember
today.
the batch before that. I had a little bit of the dandelion mixed in, and as I go to the farmers market, I'm sharing, and a guy is like, "Let me get a bottle of that, and then what else do you have?" He was like, "I want to get one for my wife, but she can't do the dandelion because she's got asthma." And so I said, "Okay." And I said, "So what? How does dandelion affect the asthma?" He's like, "Well, it produces latex." I said, "Okay." And so, I just left it. I had never heard that before.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Did you just leave it there? I never heard that. Did
I just left it there. I made the sale, and he just had that for himself. Yeah. So I hadn't further researched it. Is what I was saying basically, but obviously dandelion, the latex is not.
I never heard that. Never heard that.
Yeah, me neither.
But now that I heard it, I got to go on and I'm gonna have to go on and peruse and look it up. All right, family, lines are open. We got a little bit of time right now. 614-556-4535. We can discuss whatever's on your heart, whatever on your mind. We do got a folktale that we didn't discuss this week as well that we could go on and kind of review. Kind of deep. I was so deep I was like, oh God, I don't know if I want to do it.
Let's hear it.
Y'all not ready. Y'all ain't ready for this one, man. Let's stick to the news.
Man, I've been up since 5 this morning. I don't know what I'm ready for.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'm kind of scared to launch this one out because, you know, it's one of those. It's one of those, man. It's one of those proverbs. It's just, I mean, one of those folk tales. It's just lightning worthy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna hold off for a little while, man. I'm gonna let you think about it because it might change your life. And once you hear it,
why
you
don't
can go
why
back.
don't you say it and then we'll go back to it later on?
I don't know, man. Because it might change all y'all lives out there, and I don't want nobody coming trying to see me at the per arc wanting to fight because their life is fucked up now because this folk tale reveals some shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Because that's the type of folk tales we be fucking with around here. Every now and then we get a good one. So all right, I'm going to take you up on it, Shaka. I'm going to read it. Hey man, listen. I ran into Lady J last night. I went to a birthday party.
Oh my goodness, you read my mind. I was chuckling in the back of my mind because I feel like y'all need your own little situation. Y'all need a his and hers.
Listen, Lady J just be fucking with me, man. I'm telling you, man, because it's almost as if nothing happened. She wasn't yelling, I wasn't yelling. It was like nothing happened. But then, like I said, some music came on. It was real loud, and she looked at me. She said, "You know, I had to leave the show, but I think I got you." And then she ran to the bar. Stop fucking with me. Say, get away from me. Leave me alone. I said, "Oh my God, she just be messing with me." All right, this one is called "The Lamb and the Wolf." Very simple, very quick. I don't want nobody out there hurting themselves about this folktale. Just saying. A wolf pursued a lamb, which fled for refuge to a certain temple. The wolf called out to him and said, "The priest will slay you in sacrifice." Which the lamb replied, "It would be better for me to be sacrificed in the temple than to be eaten by you." Anna Mae liked that one. I wasn't expecting that. Anna Mae she liked that one. Why you like that one, Anna Mae? Huh? So once again, a wolf pursued a lamb, which fled for refuge to a certain temple. The wolf called out to him and said, "The priest will slay you in sacrifice if he should catch you." On which the lamb replied, "It will be better for me to be sacrificed in the temple than to be eaten by you." So family lines are open, 614-556-4535. You call in, you can discuss that proverb if you want to. But I got to, and this the truth. Hold on. It didn't turn out too good for the last group that discussed this proverb, man. This folktale. So be very, very careful. It's a powerful proverb. Just saying. Trying to look out for you. You know, so don't call in and talk about the folktale if you're not ready for the consequences. All right? All right. Because, you know, we did that before, and I ain't going to say what happened to the last week. We discussed that one.
I'm already on it, man. I done already.
Hold on, man. Hold on, Shaka. You my friend. I'm trying to look out for you, man. Be careful. Be careful. Let me type this number in, 614-556-4535. Cause I don't know, man. I don't. You know, you got a young child over there, man. I don't. You know, this It's one of those ones, man.
Oh! Before we go into that, let me just put this out there. All right, I've given you a little idea of what this historical space is in Cleveland called the Caribou House.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's a place that way back in the day, even Arsenio Hall as a kid went there and learned what he learned about the theater and stuff like that. So it's been here for a long time. Caribou House is doing some wonderful things right now. I just on the humble a couple of months ago went out and auditioned. Didn't know what I was auditioning for. Actress that I know told me I should come out to this audition and audition for this Elton John, Tim Rice production called Aida, which is basically I want to say it's the Prince of Egypt, all right, and I read for a part called Zoser.
Zoser.
Which is,
yeah. Wait, hold on. Those out there, please let us know that you know who Zoser is. Please. Somebody out there. Don't let us know. Don't tell us who it is yet, Shaka, but keep on going. Cause this, we adapt. Somebody out there know who Zoser is. Alright? Yeah, don't disappoint me,
so
family.
Dig it.
Go ahead.
And I'll be honest with you. I haven't done my research. You
ain't got to. That's why you brought it to the journey. You don't have to do. Somebody typing in. Somebody beating up their keyboard right now. About to tell you who Zoser is. But go ahead.
All right. So So Zoser, I read for this part, and during the first audition, I had Pharaoh was hanging out with a friend, and she had in the midst of the audition, she said, "Yo, it's time to come get him." So I had to cut it short. All right, and I had to leave the audition before it was done, and and they called me back. They said, "Hey, this is the second call back." Now, I don't know if you know about acting, but a callback period is a big thing. Second callback is like, oh, okay, they want you, or they at least want to see what like this is the final between you and somebody else, And I went there, and it wasn't a read. They wanted me to dance, but if you recall, I slipped on some ice and my leg been jammed up. So I went out there and I'm hobbling on this leg and I sing another song and I go home like, all right, well, at least this time I know that if I didn't get the part, it was on my own demerit. Right? Mm-hmm. They called me.
Wait, the line changed or something.
You say what?
Okay, cool. You clear again.
Okay. So they called me a couple of days ago and said, "Hey, this is a callback." Now, in between, they hit me with they emailed me another script for a role that I wasn't willing to play. I even talked to Pharaoh about it, and he was like, "Dad, don't do that." I was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna do it." And I never called them back to say no, I'm not gonna do it. So she called me back, and I'm like, "Well, she's like, don't worry about that one. We want you to come and read for Zoser again." I said, "Shoot, all right." So I came out there. I did a scene.
You said Elton John, right?
Yeah, it's Elton John and Tim Rice.
This Elton John?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure because you did say Elton John. Now Zoser, Kwame made it so it wouldn't be easy, but Zoser, who was the Netsuit Bitty of Kemet. So, dude used to make bits and kibbles for Kemet. Is that who it is? But go ahead, finish. So wait, you said you slipped on a piece of ice. I don't.
Yeah, I slipped on. Okay, yeah. So the second audition, I felt like because they wanted me to dance, and I got up there and I looked like a injured frog or whatever. And I said to myself, I said, all right, well, at least this time I know that if I didn't get it, it was on my own demerit. And so I left thinking that way. And plus, I put Pharaoh on stage to dance, and he had clammed up. He got stage fright. And so I felt like, all right, well, yeah, I said, well, you know, we gone, and we'll come back for the summer program, for the kids program, you know. They called me back the other day, came in to do the audition, and I read the part, and then the director says, and this is the director of the Caramel House, he's like, we brought the music director in today, and they pushed this piano in the room. He said, we just want to hear you sing. And so I started singing Stevie Wonder's Lately. And by the time I got to the hook, the music director, he started, you know, chiming in on the keys a little bit. And he said, go straight to the end. I said, you want me to do the modulation already? He said, yeah. And then it wasn't nothing but modulation. You know how Stevie do. He start the song lower, and he take it higher and higher and higher and higher. Man, so I took it up like 5 keys. And, you know, the other actors on the stage, they told me they was looking to the back of the room and saw people perking. So when the dude was saying, all right, we'll do this, la 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 la, and we was going up the scales, and I went as high as he could, and then he couldn't go no higher, and I kept going and going and going, and the director's like, that's great. We'll be calling you on Monday.
So you talking about tomorrow?
So I don't know on Monday
tomorrow
if I got the role of Zoza or not.
Is Zoza the star of the play? Zoza's not the star.
Uh-oh.
You want to be Moses.
Hello?
Oh, hold on. Oh. Hold on. Don't hang up. All right, check 1, check 2. Boom, here we go.
This conference is being recorded by the organizer. This call is being recorded.
Oh, so it hung up. And hello? 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 All right, we back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. So like I said, family, call in if you want. But we're going to do this toast real quick. And if nobody call in, I'll go and check on Brother Tykees and pick him up. But basically what Brother
Kwame.
Well, Brother Kwame said was that I think well, I ain't gonna say I think, but I know Zoza was one of the pharaohs. Now, but that's not the star of the play. You going through an awful lot not to be the star, man.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right, but this is my first one, so do I really? You got to be careful what you ask for. You know,
that's true.
I don't want to push that hard to get front stage just to be blindsided. This is my first time in an actual production, so you know, I don't want to be the starter. I don't, you know what I mean? Now you know I do my song to that beat.
What song?
Illusion. My ace, my backbone since the beginning, the time my muse, my inspiration.
Oh, that's that one? Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, but hold on for a second. Cleveland! Come here, please. So we're about to do the toast. All right. Rites of passage here. Rites of passage here. Come on over here. Sit down, sir. Go sit down. You gotta do the toast. Go on and do the toast. You know how to do it? You start with the creator first, man. Come on now. Lift up the glass. You gotta talk so they can hear you.
First, we start with the creator. What goes after that there?
Well, come on, man. You can't do it. Do the ancestors. Read the list.
Then we're going to call out our ancestors.
You supposed to say Ashe.
Ashe.
Go ahead.
Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, George and William Walton, Chris and Fanny Gatson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Elvira Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown Sr., Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fuller, Montague Pittman L, Nomo X, Sepin Mayat Ra, Malika Fakir,
Can y'all hear us?
Dr. Marion Williams.
Can you hear him, Brother Kwame?
Kojo
Kamal.
Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Welston, Elder Johnny, Elder. That one. Ageni, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert
Donaldson,
Alfred Brofro,
Hector Jr.,
J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William. We got a comment right here. William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, the Luxter brothers, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley,
right?
Miss Mary Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Mary McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles
Jordan, go ahead,
Carol Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy William, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Arnez McCrae.
You are the first
Fritz
participant
Clark,
on this Uber
Frankie
conference.
Justice,
Please hold while we
Katie,
wait for the others to join.
Katie Justice, Derek Rendelman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Carolyn D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Theresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Ware, Lovita Farmer, Augusto Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dixon, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Mary B. Thornton, Merrill B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Trisha Lewis, do you need to write? Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Elizabeth Teachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton,
Who's that?
right there.
Lovenia
Hall. Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urena Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Theresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, Essie Johnson, Dorita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James, W. West Senior, James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Marie Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb Rosemary Martinier, Elder Emotep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs or Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howell, Frank and Russelyn Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend, Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stacy Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Darius Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dillamon Aries, Jean and Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. Dr.
Still work in progress, man. Still a work in progress. We trying to get them together, family. We trying to get them together, step by step. Easy does it. William Walter West. Just checking the chat real quick. William Walter West conference line won't let me hear or speak. I just reset it. Better yet, what I'm gonna do is let me hang up. I'm totally block it out right here and leave. I'm gonna cut off the black signal. I'm going to try pulling it up again. Because Shaka, I heard when Shaka said, uh-oh, I knew something was up. But in those situations, just stay on, and all I have to do is get back off and get on to make sure that you're able to get back on. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I just have to get off and you get on. So here we go. William Walter West, Najla Paris, Elder Basigi Filani, Jim Robinson,
You are the first participant on this
Glass Johnson, Barry Clark,
Please
John and
hold.
Mary
It
Sullivan,
will be
Dirk
3 years
Johnson,
to
Antonio
join.
Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFritis Hines, Inez Bostic, and the Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Headley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Bryan, Roy Lee, Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Eva Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans, Sr., Sam Evans, Sr., Nalon Blair, Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brownlee, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, Uncle Buki Gypsy, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, Dave Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Nina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donald Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, I'm Becca Elizondo, Arthur Arnold, How to Read, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwillinan and Bob Hatch, Kimball, Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Here, Tammy Case, Lisa Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Senior, Melly Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Denise Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manning Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Culver, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman, Lewis John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford, Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erlinson Houston, Led Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, and West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beer, Tim Butler, Rainey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, JaVale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Kofer, George Swan, Edmonia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards, McNabb, Andy Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. And moving on. We got some more ancestors to read. Got the little book. The black book. Joella Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westinia Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac, Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quincy Sample, Candace Simmons, Severn Clayton, Leonard Jones, Melvin Scott, Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacy Trice, Denisa Gore, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid Isin Knight, also known as Nigel Turner, and we have Demetrius Lewis Flint. So, we send shots out to those ancestors and we lift up our glass and we say, yeah, Cleve, hey, Cleve, you got people checking you out. They respond to you, they don't respond to me. I see y'all out there, okay. I see how y'all do it, brother. No great job, brother. I tell him, I got you, okay. Now I don't even know if I can finish libations. Now I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to beat up my son out of jealousy, cause y'all just. Oh God. So we gonna toast this moment, cause this is all we got. We can't be wasting it in jealousy and anger and being upset because people want to send shouts out to my son. He ain't do nothing but read some paper that I wrote. So we lift up the glass and we toast we toast this moment, the present moment, because can't waste it. So we lift up our glass and we salute, and we secure the pact that we have with the past and the future. By doing what we supposed to do in this present moment, we lift up our glass and we salute and we say Ashe. And if we move to our future generations, our children, our children's children, until infinity. Man, we have always been and we shall always be. Right? So we lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? We go to all of our relations. We say Ashe. From there, family, that selfish toast. Just the only place where you get it. What do you need to make this moment perfect? Girl, stop all that crying. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. We say Ashe. I guess that's what I need in the moment. Last but not least, family, I want to salute the most fabulous, uplifting, inspiring, unifying, self-determined, responsible, cooperative, purposeful, creative, faithful individual in the room, mighty person that you are. I lift my glass up to you. Don't be looking around. It's you. It's you. I'm toasting you. And I say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years more of the story. Please, listen. I don't know. I don't know if y'all want to discuss this story, man. This story is kind of haunted, man. I don't know if y'all want to, if y'all want, call in. If you want to discuss the story, 614-556-4535. I'm going to let y'all do the discussing, because I don't want to mess with that story. Because I heard some bad stuff about that story, man. Story haunted. Ancestors float around and shit happens. When you realize what is being said in this folktale. So I don't know if y'all want to deal with it. It's some real revolutionary shit. Y'all ain't ready for it. Y'all ain't ready. I'm just saying, man. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to get off the air for somebody calling trying to discuss y'all ain't ready for it. You ain't ready. I'm going to read it for y'all one more time. Unleash. I'm going to unleash the beast here. You know it's good when I don't even have to tell anime to go on and do the scream, do the thunder, man. So beware. Be careful. It's called The Lamb and the Wolf. A wolf pursued a lamb, which fled for refuge to a certain temple. The wolf called out to him and said, "The priest will slay you in sacrifice if he should catch you." On which the lamb replied, "It would be better for me to be sacrificed in the temple than to be eaten by you." Anime love that one, man. See, I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't know if y'all ready. I don't know if y'all want to discuss that one, man. Cause you gonna have to do some life changing after that one. It's just it. So, but there's other news out there. There's other stuff to talk about. Paul Manafort got 4 years for defrauding the whole goddamn country. I got niggas in jail for all of their children's teenage years, when they really need their father, for less charge. This motherfucker defrauded the whole country. what we do. All right, come on, man. Just can't be. I mean, it's insane. I went to a club last night. I have to report this. I went to a club last night, and I didn't hear one Drake song. I was so overjoyed when I left the club. I was just so glad that I escaped without having my mind stayed by another goddamn feature, something featuring Drake. I was just so happy. Just so happy. You know, y'all don't understand how much joy it brings me just to be able to go to a club and not hear Drake's song. You know what I'm saying? Because the last one I went to, they was playing Drake every 7 minutes. Like the nigga was back there paying the DJ. And so, now, yeah. I got a new one here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn. So, and I had a good time. It was a Pisces birthday party. And of course, I'm a Pisces. And they did it up nice. It was nice. That's what happened there. Anything else in the news? Anything else in the news? I'm running out of stuff, family. I'm about to get up out of here. You ready? Uh-oh. I don't know what I'm ready for. I don't know if y'all ready for that one, man. I ain't gonna throw it out. I'm gonna let one of y'all do it because I don't want to do it, man. I don't want to do it, man. That's a lot of responsibility. You know what I'm saying? That folks, there's a lot of responsibility when you really think about that shit, right? They mentioned that the Lamb is choosing how he will die. Some deep shit. Deep shit. You know, a lot of us believe we don't have a choice. I said, stop it, Hot Tip. Stop it. Stop it. Don't scar nobody's brain, brother. Don't do it. Don't do it. Death is taboo, right? I don't want to do it. All right, so what else going on in the news? Somebody called in 614-556-4535. I know y'all out there. Also, family, remember, we got Per Ankh. We got Per Ankh today. Cleve. Hold on, I'm going to just read it to you. Where is it at? Devon going to be talking. Tyke's trying to call me in the middle of my show, and I'm sure going to yell at him when I catch him because I got to go pick him up. But you can't be calling me, brother, in the middle of the show. Tyke's. You know, you need to get on the timeline and know when Brother Hatim is going live because I can't stand when people call me and we're in the middle of my show. All right, let's see what's going on in the news. I'll come back and listen to Benny and the Jets later. Benny and the Jets. Alright, so there was an airplane crash in Ethiopia. They was en route to Kenya. Oh, they just wiping us out the news. I'm loving it. Elizabeth Warren want to break up Apple, Facebook, Google. We're going to see how that's going to work out. They still talking about Fukushima, so we need to be aware of that, family. Alright, so now I've spoke with y'all about the billionaire and how we are. And once again, Kwame, you got to remind me on the chat. It's 1.25 out of billionaires. 1.25. Right? Now, I just got to do the numbers again. Right? 1.25% of the billionaires are ADOS. and I'm guessing there because I saw what looked like 5 on the list. I'm sure I saw 3, but there's 3. And when you're dealing with billionaires and when you're talking about money and shit, it's always like you playing spades. When you come to black folks, 3 and 2 possible. And you know, if you're a good spade player, you don't want to play with nobody saying, I got 3 and 2 possible. Motherfucker, either you got, I'll give you 1 possible. You can't have it. There's no 2 possibles. Either you're going to make it happen or you're not. I'll allow you to have the 1 possible. I don't even like having the 1 possible. Do you got, how many can you win? So I got to plead the ignorance because I couldn't tell whether it was black or not. So 3 and 2 possible, which put us up at 1.25%. But I do have a mathematician that's on the family team. So Kwame, if it's only 3 out of 400, what's the percentage for that? Right? Now, how the world's billionaires got so rich. Let's look at this. Hold on. Becoming a billionaire, it ain't easy. It ain't easy, y'all. The 3 Comma Club only has 2,153 members. But there are many ways the people who made the Forbes 2019 World's Billionaire list built their wealth. From selling glass, smartphone screens, to Apple growing a scaffolding empire. Among this year's 195 newcomers, fortunes were made in tried and true industries like food and beverages as well as manufacturing. But a handful of new billionaires also capitalized on current trends. Perhaps the most of the moment and controversial way to get rich is by selling nicotine vaporizers, which is how James Monsees and Adam Boehm, the co-founders of Juul Labs, amassed their billion-dollar-plus fortune. But the majority of the world's billionaires did not vape their way to 10 digits. Most fortunes were made in the state, finance, and investment industry. This year, 306 billionaires hailed from this industry, which makes up 14% of the 2,153 total billionaires on the list. Notable finance and investing list members include Warren Buffett, the 3rd richest person in the world, and Robert Smith, the founder of private equity firm Vista Equity. Now, I just need to say this. Oh, you cooking right now. I just want to say this. Think about this. I want y'all to think about this, right? Billionaires, right? We got to pay attention to a majority of their stories because what they want to give us is this rag to riches bullshit story, family. One of the things that we have to take into account is generational wealth and inheritance and monies passed from generation to generation. I know people gonna get mad about that shit, but I don't care because as black people we got to start understanding this shit that certain people have steps up that we don't have. And once again, for those that's gonna call and be mad, I'm not saying to stop the hustle because I start my goddamn show talking about the hustle builds muscle and I'm constantly out here hustling. If I was waiting for something, I would be sitting still. I wouldn't be talking about shit. I'd just be waiting. I'm working my ass off and I got a team that's working with me and we are building, family. I got family out here and we all out here hustling. So don't call me with the bullshit about sitting around or what about what we do. Because within our collective, we ain't doing none of that shit. We ain't selling dope. We ain't killing motherfuckers unless they need to be killed. Just putting it out there. You just heard the lamb story, right? Okay. But the piece that gets me is when motherfuckers come and with this self-help guru-ish bullshit is going to help you erase the mark of slavery. You could be the next billionaire. I was sitting down with a group of young people one time. I was talking about this when I was into my motivational stuff. So I'm sitting down talking with a brother. He said, man, I want to be the first trillionaire. And I had to laugh because I felt it. Hey, that sounds good, but how you? I don't know. I'm just gonna be a trillionaire. You know, you're almost 20. I mean, you should have got started on this shit. Just saying, man. You know, don't shoot me. Just saying, right? And it's like, yo, and it's like, man, it's like these motherfuckers is living off our money. I'm just, let me just say it the way I want. They're living off our money. Y'all just heard, listen, let me give the investment, the whole investment piece. Hold on. All right. 14% of the 2,153 total billionaires on the list, notable finance and investment list members. They come from finance and investments, right? These motherfuckers that cheated some of y'all in 2008. They living off our money. And their wealth is being fueled by our failures. And it's incredible when we don't see that shit. Then we turn around and be like, you ain't getting up early enough. You ain't working hard enough. Damn. I mean, it's just like, yo. See, because, family, I want y'all to look at this. Right? When numbers fall in line and tell a story, it's different than believing one of Brother Hatim's stories. Numbers tell a story. When you look at our people's life and where we came from, the numbers tell a story. And all of us talk about this systematic shit, but nobody ever wants to talk about how to deal with this shit or what we should do about this shit. And I'm not talking about coming from an outsider standpoint, because we got no place to go. Do you understand? I mean, I want you to understand this. I be talking to people and it's almost like they talking like they got a whole nother country somewhere. There's a Wakanda, or what's the place that Eddie Murphy was from? There's a Wakanda, some other magical black place where they could just pop into. We can't go no goddamn where. Do you know why no African countries at this point in time, they're slowly coming on board, but I'm going to tell you why. Do you know why you couldn't have dual citizenship? Do y'all know why we couldn't have dual citizenship? Why no African countries made it possible for us to have dual citizenship? Could it be the fact that we ain't got no goddamn resources, and for us to transfer being broke over here to being broke over there is a problem in their goddamn country? But now a lot of countries are doing it. Why? Because all of a sudden this ADOS shit is popping up, and it's a possibility that we're gonna be able to transfer some wealth. So hell, my brother, welcome. Right? And then what's crazy about that is most of us is gonna hook up with the wrong ones, because family, I have already put the argument out here, and y'all get mad about it, but most of us have not met the real Africans yet. Till you get on the ground and you deal with people who are dealing with issues very similar to yours. I mean, because it's like there's a whole population of Africa of Ghana, of Nigeria, of the continent that we don't even experience because their wealth is like our wealth. Not there. They're struggling. There's a whole population of Africans that we have not met. We're meeting the boule of Africa. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just saying, family, because I want you to think about this. How much does it cost to get over here? I mean, really. And a lot of people don't know this, right? See, like, for example, coming from Ghana, you have to fly, it's a Norwegian, like, airway, and you fly through Amsterdam, right? You fly, but they got, a lot of people don't understand, they got a nigger tax over there. They don't talk about it. I know about it. They got a nigger tax, right? Now, you black Americans don't have to pay it. The motherfuckers coming and flying through there from Africa have to pay the nigger tax. It's about $700. Just in case y'all decide to stay in our country. No, fuck that. That's a nigger tax. When I had to speak to him about bringing my wife over, I said, you taxing me? Well, we wouldn't say it quite like that. We need to make sure that I ain't trying to hear that shit. This is a nigga tax. This what you put out here, and this type of shit that's going on all over the world. People are being funded by our misery. People are building wealth off our misfortune and have been doing it for such a long time that it's just normal business now. And then we turn around and look at us and say, we're not doing, and we're not doing, and you're not doing. That's some bullshit, family. That's it. Because some of us know individuals that work their ass off and still have nothing. Nothing. How is that possible? How is that even statistically possible for us, think about it. We only got, because I want y'all to think about the numbers. Here's the story of the numbers. 1.2%, 1.25% of the billionaires, 8% of the millionaires, 80% of the prison population. %13% of the population. Hold on. 13% of the population. With 13% of the population here in the United States. 1.25% of the total billionaires. 8% of the millionaires. Right? We control 2.6% of the wealth in this country. We have higher rates of a majority of diseases than everybody else. And we got the highest prison population. Our unemployment rate is higher than everybody else's. Our youth unemployment rate is astronomical. That's it. You know. That don't sound like a setup. I mean, really, for a motherfucker to look at that shit, and actually for me, and I'm ashamed of myself for me looking at that shit for years and being like, man, we some lazy motherfuckers. Man, because this is where I was. And I know this is where a lot of you are. But I'm just trying to tell you right now, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Because when I think about it, and the shit that I was saying to myself, it's no wonder why a lot of us are crazy, because we can't understand this shit. And we just sitting up here putting ourselves down for some shit that is totally out of our control. A majority of it. So what I finally realized is that I was saying that if I was thinking about how lazy I was, I didn't know what I was thinking deep down and subconsciously about my ancestors. I had to sincerely apologize. How could I think that Cleveland Brown didn't work his ass off when I saw him get up every day and go to work? And then to watch him fade away in poverty. Kind of shit is that? And then I got motherfuckers telling me that he didn't get up early enough. Are you serious? How the fuck can you say that about your own people? You know it's a motherfucker. We all talk about the system and how it's been attacking, but we never want to talk about how to address that shit or really look at it in real time. We think we talking about other niggas that it's affected, but a lot of us don't even see how it's affecting us and affecting our lifestyle and affecting our families. It don't bother nobody that the conscious community have been here forever and don't own shit. Does that make sense? And everything we do own, and then I wanted to this is what I wanted to bring up about the millionaires. Because people be talking about how much money we got. Because yesterday it came up and I jumped right over it. But the question came up about let me see. I just cleared that shit off. Yesterday I pulled up a link because Lady J asked a certain question, and I told her. And I said I was going to pull the numbers up. And it talked about a majority of black businesses. 95% are sole proprietary. Which means they only employ the owner. 95%. But family, it was somewhere around 35% of those businesses that did. Now 35% of the 5% left. I want you to think about that. 35% of the 5% left were social service agencies, which means what? Somebody got to know. Social service agencies, which means they're not even really in business. They're getting money from the government. So they ask, they're not even a business. That's not a business. Social service agencies are not a business. It's social service. It's not business. You're not selling a product. The government could just wipe your shit, just wipe it away. 35% of the 5% that is employing other people is not even a real business. But yet we got money, and we wasting money, and this is what we tell each other when we hanging on to survival trinkets. These are survival toys that we hanging on. This is some shit to keep me sane. I wasted money on the Daily Toaster because it keeps me sane. I bought me a motherfucking pick because it keeps me sane. And I just get so frustrated because it's like we don't catch it. Right? And then we sit up here and we blame each other for some bullshit that is almost totally, I ain't gonna say almost totally out of our control. We could do some stuff. I ain't saying stop hustling. I ain't saying stop building. But we need to recognize what we up against so that we know what we need to demand. And even going back to now, bringing up the folktale, because now I got to hit the folktale, right? A wolf pursued a lamb, which fled for refuge to a certain temple. The wolf called out to him and said, "The priest will slay you and sacrifice if he should catch you." On which the lamb replied, "It would be better for me to be sacrificed in the temple than to be eaten by you." Even the lamb knows that it's better to choose your death, and it's better to take chances sometime in the unknown than to sit up there and allow the known wolf to eat your ass up. Many of us is looking at the wolf eating us, eating our body, and we're just sitting up there like, yeah, I guess I deserve that. Yeah, they ate your grandfather's wealth. They ate your father's wealth. They ate your great-grandfather's wealth. And I'm just saying, far as the call of ADOS, what is going on now is motherfuckers like, look, I prefer to be sacrificed in the temple, where I have a chance. I prefer to be fighting. I prefer to get away from you and do something else. We've been sitting here and we've been allowing this Democratic Party just to eat off of us, to eat us. Fuck it, let's try the temple. I'm going to the temple. I'm throwing a lot, and whoever can meet and service the needs of our community and serve us is the ones that's gonna get our votes. Period. I'm no longer standing out here with the wolf. Let me take my chance inside the temple. It is better to be sacrificed in the temple rather than be left out here with your wolfish ass to eat up my shit, to eat me up, to eat my children up. Come on, family. We've been allowing people to eat us up for free. And we've been giving ourselves to them because we think we deserve it. Subconsciously. I don't know. Like, damn. Alright, but yo, I want to thank y'all for joining me. I'm about to get the fuck up out of here. I got to go pick up one of the young men for today. If you are free, please come out and check out Cleve and Levon and Tykees. I'm about to call Tykees back. Tykees, if you out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to get off the show, and then we can talk. All right? But hope to see y'all at the Prague. I got to figure out what I'm going to take. All right. I'm out. Y'all take it easy.